Hi there, it's Mr. Dunleavy. I am going to be going through the Year 8 options process with you. This is where our students start to select their subjects that they will take through to Key Stage 4 and on to exam level at the end of Year 11. That process is going to run over a few months, and as I'm sure you're well aware, will take quite a while to put together and to define the curriculum for each individual student. The way that the world is developing jobs has changed significantly over the last 6 months. But over the last 10 years, some jobs that exist now didn't exist 10 years ago, and even in our current climate, some jobs that didn't exist 6 months ago are now in fruition and fully accessible. Therefore, it's really important for us to think about what our students will need to be able to be successful in that world of work and to be able to go on to the next steps in terms of college, university and apprenticeship. We are focusing on looking at what the world of work might look like in over the next few years. And as I've said or alluded to, that situation has changed significantly over the last 6 months. But the skills and attributes that each job requires is still very much a focus of our curriculum. And what we're trying to do through our curriculum is to give students that experience so that they can be adaptable into any area of work that they may choose to go into as the working landscape changes for our students. The top 10 skills for the workplace that were actually highlighted as being exceptionally important. In 2015, we can see that there are a number of things there that have adapted slightly to 2020, but that main body of skills is still very, very similar. And the thing that we're trying to do within school through PSHE is to develop students' emotional intelligence. We're trying to develop their critical thinking, their creativity, and also their base skills so that they are able to move on confidently into any work environment and any situation and respond to it really positively. And hopefully through going through this process, we're going to start refining that for the students and actually focusing down their curriculum to give them a real steer and focus moving forward. This is where we are at the current time. So this is our career map of Clayton Hall. So years 7 to 8 are labelled as Key Stage 3, and then at the end of year 8 we do options, and then our Key Stage 4 where we focus on our GCSEs, BTECs and tech courses goes from 9 to 11. So it's a 3-year Key Stage 4. And the process that we're going through now, we're coming to the end of Key Stage 3, where the students have had a vast array of subjects to complete. They've had a real sense of many different avenues, creative, technical, and also the core subjects. And now we're trying to focus that down so that the students get to choose some specialisms to build those skills and attributes. And again, those skills and attributes work through all of the courses, but with a slightly different theme and slightly different specialism attached to them. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to prepare our students for post-16. We're trying to give them the best opportunity to move on into post-16 college courses, university, apprenticeships, and finally onto a career where they're really successful, whether that's working within a large firm, whether it's actually owning their own business, but giving them the best steps to be successful in their careers. So just to give it a graphic influence, we're going from Key Stage 3, we're selecting our options, we're going to Key Stage 4. In Key Stage 3, we do as many subjects as we offer on our curriculum, which is extremely wide, and now we're focusing that down into specific subjects. We offer 2 pathways. The academic pathway, for the majority of students, we will be looking at English and maths as core subjects, so they are compulsory. Science is also a compulsory, but we do get some option in there. On the academic pathway, we've got The students will continue with their language that they have been taught for 2 years now, and they will choose either history or geography in option B. Where it opens up slightly is the option C. The students are choosing one GCSE from each of these, but they will also be asked to give reserve subjects as well at this point. So there will be some subjects on there that students haven't actually had the opportunity to have a go at yet, more specialised subjects: business studies, computer science, health and social care, photography, engineering will be new subjects to the students, but they're also, again, transferable skills when we're looking at those options, so we can think really carefully about those. So students will pick one from each box to be their selected subject, and 4 other subjects to be reserved subjects if we're unable to fulfill, or the curriculum path changes depending on what the students as a whole cohort pick. So this suite of subjects has been designed to enable the best possible start to support academic transition. We're looking at students on this pathway will qualify the English Baccalaureate, and that will allow accelerated transition into post-16 courses and beyond. This is challenging academic pathway. It's based on the students' work at Key Stage 2, their work while they've been with us, and also moving them forward for their targets at the end of Key Stage 4. The other pathway is the technical pathway, and again we've got those core subjects. On this pathway we only offer combined science instead of separate sciences. We offer an option A, geography or history, and option B, creative eye media or religious education. And again, those suite of subjects in option C and D, they can pick from any of those, one from each box, but we'll be asked to offer reserve subjects in that place as well. So as you can see, there's been an addition in option D, and that is construction. Creative eye media is also there. And this suite of subjects is there to support students through and give them a really solid foundation to enable them to progress onto post-16 courses. So we're preparing these students for a wider breadth of career choices, and they could also just given the opportunity to go on to the English Baccalaureate if they choose a language in option C or option D. So the whole process, just looking at the overview, we've got the 2 pathways, and the students will be assigned to a pathway based on their current academic results, so the data that they've achieved and their achievements while they've been in school and primary school. We will then have a look at assigning the students to one of those, which you'll get communication about. And then also, if we look at the right-hand side of the screen, that just sets out the process that we're going to go through. So the option information and subject presentations have been sent out, and all students have been added to a options team where all the information sits. The teaching staff have created PowerPoints with descriptions on of what to expect on the course, so please feel free to go on and listen to them, watch them, and ask any questions of the subject teachers while you're there. All students have now been added to that options team, and we're starting that process from February the 1st. So they've been added, they can go and have a look at all the different subjects that are available, and then the options start from February the 1st. So discussions with form tutors and teachers when we're looking at parents' evening. And then the deadline for students to make their final decision is the 15th of March. And during that time, during that distance between February and March, I'll also be adding in some support sessions within their form time so that I'll fully support students through the process that we're going through. We're doing it fully virtually and including how they choose their options, and all the support will go through form time as we move on from there. So the students will receive options online training from myself, and then all choices completed through Options Online. So they'll do it on a digital platform that we ran last year and are fully prepared for, and hopefully that's going to be a really simple way of working for the students. It's very user friendly for the students in that way. So the send out, so when we actually start looking at giving students their results of the options process, wave 1 will be in May to June, so I'll be contacting those people who I've had to give 2 reserved subjects to first, because I think that's appropriate. Wave 2 also happens in that same time frame, but I'll be contacting students where I've had to assign them 1 reserved subject, so that we can have a conversation about whether that is the right subject or whether another is appropriate. And then in June, that'll be the final send out of options to all students, so that they're able to see what courses they're going to be taking in Key Stage 4. So the process starts now, support all the way through from February, and then we're actually going to the send out of wave 1, wave 2, and then June will be the final send out. There is a booklet that has been sent to all students and is available on the website, and is also available in the Year 8 options team, and that contains all the information that you will need about each course, and also a link to the website. And all this description is in the booklet, but again, just to narrow it down, we've basically got the name of the course at the top, and this is the same for each of them. The course structure, so it's whether it's an exam or whether it's coursework based, and then the course information, and then career links as well. So the difference between exam and coursework is also described there. So that's a single or multiple exam be completed during the course, and that's usually within year 11, apart from a few courses. And then coursework based is work completed and assessed throughout the course. So you actually build up a body of work throughout the course. It's important to say, even at this early stage, that we're going to make every effort to accommodate the pupils and try our best to get everybody really happy with the results that they get from the options process. We are dealing with 200 students, and their choices will define the curriculum that we take forward. It may be the case that some of the courses that are presented may not run, and that's where I will be looking for reserve subjects to put students into. And that's really important to say, that we will endeavour to get students as close to their first choices as we possibly can, but it's likely that some subjects may not run, which will mean that reserve subjects are substituted. The course numbers will be limited in some cases. We are limited by health and safety in some cases because of the technical nature of the course. And again, if you don't get that first choice, then I'll be contacting you in either wave 1 or wave 2 to make sure that you are happy with the submission that we are actually putting together. We will be taking a decision. If we have to make a decision at some point, we will be basing that on prior attainment. Behaviour data may have to be taken into account as well, because it's important that everybody gets a fair chance, and the students who have worked exceptionally hard hopefully are going to be able to work with their teachers really successfully. Okay, thank you very much. Now, we will be looking, and what I would advise you to do is go and have a look on the Year 8 team. If there are any questions, there is an Ask Sir tab that students can type into, and I'll try and communicate with them as effectively as possible. If there are any specific questions, then email them to the options email address that is in all the information that's been sent out to you, and any specific questions. And if I can support in any way, then I will do as far as I can. If there are any other bits of information, these can be found on the website. So the letter that's been sent out to parents and all other options are also there as well in the course book information. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.